Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for coming. And we're just going to start off, as we always do, just taking a little bit of time to get quiet. So let's just take some slow, deep breaths. We can connect with that light from our iron presence through our breath, that wonderful gift of the breath of life. We take that. We breathe in the light from our iron presence. We absorb it into the 3-4 flame in our heart. We expand it through our out breath. And then we just project it out to bless all the world. So let's just take another couple of deep, slow breaths. And now let's just place our attention in the center of our chest and put a focus there of our beautiful 3-4 flame. The pink plume on the right, the golden yellow plume in the center in which we sit, and the beautiful sapphire blue plume on the left side behind our left shoulder. Let's just see and feel that glorious expanded light from our I am presence. Connect with that wonderful light within us. And listen for our heartbeat. And we know that our heartbeat is a pulse of light coming down, the gift of life from our I am presence. Let's just take our consciousness now, our awareness up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, up to our mighty beloved I am presence. And see and feel that glorious presence, our individual I am presence smiling down as we send our deepest love and gratitude to our I am presence for life, for our many, many lives that we've had. And just for the wonderful opportunity we have this lifetime, through these teachings, to make our ascension, to set all life we've ever harmed free, and to just expand that wonderful light through the decrees and the extraordinary methods and teachings we've been brought. Just deep, deep gratitude. Gratitude to beloved Saint Germain and all the beloved ascended ones. Gratitude to all the angels, our own beloved guardian angel, that mighty beloved being, having been with us lifetime after lifetime. Our beloved guardian angel, just deep love and gratitude. Love and gratitude to all the elemental kingdom in all its forms, the inanimate as well as all the animate elementals, so-called inanimate. The blessings of nature, the bounty and the beauty we receive daily. God bless them all. Just feel love and gratitude from our hearts. Love to our families and friends, for our homes, and all our many, many blessings. And now let's see in the center of our chest, through this feeling of gratitude, our threefold flame forming a beautiful sun, a deep shade of pink with that golden radiance. And let's consciously connect up our heart centers, each one of us, wherever we are in the world, connecting up, forming this lattice of light right around our world, filled with that wonderful feeling of love and gratitude for life. Let's visualize and feel it. And we know by the power of our mighty hand presence, this takes place, this beautiful blanket of love and gratitude, saturating every part of life. And we ask for especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked. They all feel that wonderful gift of love and gratitude. And we just give deep thanks for our opportunities. And now I'm just going to see who'd like to. Donna, would you like to read the opening invocation for us?
Why, yes, I would love to.
Thank you.
Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kuthumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. Great I Am Presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved Donna. And so now we're going to continue with the Secret Valley and Master Ariel actually giving some important instructions. Just wonderful to listen to. And then we're going to listen just to, in honor of beloved Jesus in this Easter time, important teachings from the life of beloved Jesus. And it's from Alice Edike Luke, Life and Teachings of Jesus and Mary, which is such a wonderful, wonderful book. And the beloved Terry's reading this week, and it's Joy in Service is Essential from beloved Archangel Raphael. It's just lovely. And we'll be continuing with that next week because we won't finish it all today. And then I'm going to read Friendship from the Gods, beloved Lord Divino. Absolutely lovely too, as we know, also known as Lord Maitreya. And he holds the office of the Buddha. And their beloved Antoinette will take us through the very important part of calling in the light through our decrees. So let's just start now and we'll listen to Gerald Craig from the St. Germain Foundation reading that chapter, The Secret Valley.
I opened the casket, restored her to conscious action, and enabled her to raise the body. It had already reached a point of high attenuation because her desire for the light was very great. It was her intense adoration to and longing for the light that made possible her ascension. I explained this to her the day you thought she had passed on. All three of you were children of mine in an embodiment of long ago. A great love was generated then which has lasted through the centuries. Her deep love made possible the assistance and raising that has been accomplished at this time. Your son, who was stolen with the intention of being held for ransom, was brought to this canyon. The two concerned with his kidnapping began to quarrel, and one planned to take the child's life. I appeared before them and took him. They were paralyzed by their own fear, and neither ever recovered. Both passed on a few weeks later. If one deliberately takes the life of another human being, or determines mentally to take it, he has set a cause into motion that will surely take his own. A feeling or desire for the death of another person will do the same thing, for it goes forth to the person, then begins its return journey to the one who sent it out. Many times individuals allow resentment against injustice to flash forth with an intense feeling to rid the world of a certain individual. This is a subtle form of the thought of death, and to the one who sends it out, it must return. Many, many people bring about their own dissolution by this very subtle activity of the human self, for no one ever escapes this immutable law. There are many phases of its reaction, and it is because humanity indulges in such thoughts and feelings that the race as a whole has been experiencing the dissolution of body after body. The number of mankind that pass out through physical violence is infinitesimal compared to the deaths brought about by these subtle activities of thought, feeling, and the spoken word. The human race has been killing itself off for thousands of years in this subtle way, because it will not learn the law of life and obey it. There is only one law of life, and that is love. The self-conscious thinking individual who will not or does not obey that eternal, beneficent decree cannot and will not retain the physical body, because all that is not love dissolves form, and it matters not whether it be thought, word, feeling, or deed, intentional or unintentional. The law acts regardless. Thoughts, feelings, words, and deeds are each but so much force acting, and eternally move in an orbit of their own. If man knew that he never ceases creating, even for an instant, he would realize through the presence of God within himself he could purify his miscreations and thus be free from his own limitations. He spins a cocoon of human discord around himself and goes to sleep within it, forgetting, at least for a time, that if he can build it, he can also break through. By using the wings of his soul, adoration and determination, he can break through his self-created darkness. Then he lives once more at the center of his being, in the light and freedom of his God-self. However, in the activity of you and your beloved family, or shall I say my beloved family, the cloud that has seemed to hold so much of sorrow is now turned inside out and reveals its glorious golden lining. You have now come within the radiant splendor of the light, from which you will never again recede.
Well, there we go. Amazing information for us there. Okay, so now we're going to listen to some amazing things from beloved Jesus. The man went and told the Jews who had found fault because the healing was done on a Sabbath, that it was Jesus who had healed him. For this Jesus was persecuted, and also because he called God the I Am Presence, Father, which would make him equal to God. He said his Father God works all the time. Supposing God took a day off, we would have no light, no energy from the sun. Things would not grow, the beings of the elements would not take care of things, and even our bodies would not function. Jesus told them those who heard his word and believed on him, the I Am Presence, who had sent him, would have everlasting life. At the pool, Jesus healed only one out of the many who had come for healing. This shows he did not heal everyone needing it. Why not? Because the law of their own being did not permit it, and the judge of such things is each one's own Christ self. Evidently, they had not yet learned the lesson they needed to learn from their illness. Jesus knew that, since he was attuned to the Christ consciousness. For those whom it was permitted or possible, the Christ self made him know through his own Christ self. On a Sabbath, as they passed through a field of grain, the disciples, being hungry, plucked some grain and ate it. Some Pharisees saw them and asked Jesus why they did that, which was not lawful on the Sabbath. This was according to human concepts and not divine law. Since everyone eats on the Sabbath, as well as on other days, there was nothing unlawful about it, as the Sabbath was made for and by man, and not man for the Sabbath. Jesus was master, authority, lord, or law over the Sabbath, as well as other human beings. On another Sabbath, he entered the synagogue, where a man was with a withered hand. Jesus was aware of the Pharisee and scribes watching for opportunities to accuse him. They asked him if it was lawful to cure on the Sabbath. So he asked them which was lawful, to do good or evil on the Sabbath, to save life or destroy it. He then healed the man's hand and asked him to stretch it forth. It was completely restored, but the others took offense because he did it on the Sabbath. They discussed what to do and began planning how they might do away with him. Jesus used common sense about everything and was not subject to fanatical ideas from priests and those who were following the letter of the law, as did the Pharisees, instead of the spirit of the law. So when a thing or service was to be done, he did it. He was also accused of his works being performed by the devil. Jesus went to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and his disciples followed him. On the Sabbath he taught in the synagogue. Many who heard him were astonished. Jesus did not say to everyone who went along with him, "Follow me," but only to certain ones. This was because he knew from within, through the Christ consciousness, which ones were ready and meant to do so. When one has attained Christ consciousness as he had, that is easily and readily determined, because the Christ self of everyone is one in action. Some people were in embodiment for the purpose of serving with Jesus, and were looking for it, but missed it, because of certain human qualities being too prominent. Such was the case with Saul of Tarsus. Many were called, although did not hear, did not recognize it, or were not willing to, or could not give the obedience to take the discipline because of their human accumulation. Some of these are in embodiment again and are still searching and waiting, expecting to be called, but are missing the opportunity of this cycle also. Even though they get new age consciousness, they want to fit the new ideas into the old and go along with their own groove, the same as before, instead of doing that which is essential and necessary at this time, as the Ascended Masters have pointed out. So they miss their calling. Some say they want to serve the light, yet they want to do it their way, but they do not give the necessary cooperation, but they are willing to be confined to a job or position. Then why not be willing to do that much for the light? Just serving the human way of life constructively is not what is meant by serving the light. One can do that in many ways and yet not do that which he came into embodiment to do to fulfill his divine plan. People usually have a self-righteous feeling about it, and it gives rise to self-justification for what they are doing. Most responses are backed by human aims instead of purely for the light. It takes a lot of conditioning of those inner bodies to get to the point of really serving the light. The intellect may be willing, but there is resistance and obstruction in the feeling, much of the time unknown to the individual. Yeah, it's just beloved Jesus. Can imagine what a life he had. And so this I thought was really good. Cultivating Peace. It's from beloved Archangel Raphael, and it just fitted in so well with the video about Jesus. The strongest man alive is the man who can hold peace in the face of every aggravation. And the weakest one is he who cannot hold that peace. So never let it be said in your presence that a peaceful person is a weak one, not a lethargic type, but a truly peaceful individual, like Gandhi, for instance, is a power for God in the physical appearance world. Jesus Christ was a most peaceful man, and yet he was a power indeed, stronger than all the human appearances around him, even that of so-called death. Do you think for one moment that our beloved Jesus came by that peaceful control of energy just automatically? No, beloved ones. Every instant from the time of his conception by the beloved Mary did his mother and father consciously hold around his form the vibrations of cosmic Christ peace. Then, when he later became cognizant of his own individualization in the body of Jesus, he was also trained to sustain that peace by beloved Mary, Joseph, the ascended host, and particularly by the angels. Do you think he could have walked through the multitudes untouched by their doubts, fears, and general distresses? Do you think he could have raised Lazarus from the so-called dead, make the blind to see, heal the lepers, and continue to keep his devoted and well-meaning, but not always understanding disciples united enough in purpose to form the heart center of the Christian dispensation? Had he not had a strength which was greater than any human appearance, even death itself? So there it was, beloved Jesus, what a mighty beloved soul. And now we're going to say our decree for all our brothers and sisters that have passed over into the psychic and astral realm and need help to be taken into those wonderful violet flame temples. But as we know, we have to make the calls for them, because that's the law. So let's say our decrees for our brothers and sisters. Beloved presence of God, I am in me. Beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my beating heart, and beloved Saint Germain, while my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream, including that in my causal body, be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms, to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be drawn into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so that when they are summoned for re-embodiment by the lords of karma, they bring into incarnation only a heritage of perfection and carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We accept this done now with full cosmic power. So be it, beloved I am, and we thank you. And now, beloved, Terry's going to read. And I just love these ones where this is from Sai Baba saying, no joy can equal the joy of serving others. And this is from beloved Mahatma Gandhi saying, service which is rendered without joy helps neither the servant nor the served. So it's just the lovely feeling of joy. And so beloved Terry is going to read for us. Thank you, beloved Terry. Let me change the share.
Thank you, beloved. Greetings, everyone. Joy in service is essential. Call to Archangel Gabriel and Lady Hope to fill us with their feelings of joy, buoyancy, expectation, and hope. Resurrection Temple of Jesus and Mary, January 15th through February 14th, 1958. Lord Gabriel, who holds the immaculate concept for every one of the 10 billion life streams belonging to this Earth's evolutions, offered to assist the Holy Christ self of each life stream to awaken within them a remembrance of the angelic host and man's previous association and joyous service with them. Beloved Hope, who, as her very name implies, is a resurrecting power through all the energies toward which she directs her attention, is also eager to give the assistance which the cosmic law demands now in mankind's conscious acceptance of the angelic host as co-workers with the people of earth and all who are to use the earth as a schoolroom in the future. The restoration of the power of the Holy Christ self of every man, woman, and child to express freely through their outer consciousness is essential to the progress of the race. Hope of an established kingdom of heaven right here on earth is also essential for the stimulating of mankind's enthusiastic endeavors to lovingly cooperate with God and his divine messengers in the bringing about of such a glorious and permanent golden age. Lord Gabriel knows the destiny of every soul. The pressure of his love will help the earnest and sincere Chelas to much more quickly outpicture that divine destiny. Beloved Hope knows that the feelings of discouragement, disintegration, decay, and even death itself, which lie like a pall upon the souls of men, must be transmuted by her buoyant energies, which will sustain them until, individually and collectively, they have outpictured the perfection of the divine plan for the people of Freedom's Star. Re-consecrate yourself daily. An address by beloved Archangel Raphael. It has been our endeavor, and it has been the direction given to us for this class, to charge into the emotional, mental, and physical consciousness of mankind our feeling of joy and service, so that the sense of duty, the sense of service bound around by fear, the sense of service because it is a habit, is replaced by an intelligent, receptive, pliant, buoyant, joyous consciousness. Such a consciousness, upon the very spur of the moment, can receive the God direction from the individualized I Am Presence or any divine being in the universe, and then be pliable enough to act upon that God direction, no matter what it does to the habits and patterns which form the course of daily living. Beloved ones, mankind and you who are consecrated to serve life have no consciousness yet as to how habit-bound your lives are. You arise at a certain time, you make your application at a certain time, you bathe and dress at a certain time, you eat at a certain time, and you have activities planned for your day of a constructive nature, true, but every little portion of your day is fitted into place as you would fit your mosaic into a floor. Then you feel that you are very orderly persons in having such a set pattern, which is constructive. Now, because the currents which flow through the cosmos are such that even we or the solar lords themselves do not always know in advance just what opportunities may present themselves, which can be of blessing to the earth at a given moment, we are dependent upon the ability to instantly contact unascended life streams who are our Chelas and who have already designed their day, these Chelas who are willing to accept our words in the outer mind. Now, here in the test of pliability, the test of holding the balance of harmony when the entire mosaic of the individual's world is disturbed, shall we say, in regard to your carefully laid pattern. Then everything so planned must be laid to one side in order that we may be able to avail ourselves of a cosmic current for the blessing of the individual Sheila, as well as Earth's entire evolutionary scheme, and the entire galaxy at this time. Complete self-surrender is listening grace. Now, beloved ones, you are earnest, you are honest, you are sincere, and you are selfless, you think. But you have yet to learn the great self-surrender, which is the watchword of the fifth ray upon which I serve. The service of this ray requires of every truly consecrated man and woman the state of listening grace, of which my beloved Mary has spoken to you so many times, the discernment to be able to lay aside important matters, even the drawing forth and presentation of the beloved Moria's activity, if necessary. You must learn, beloved ones, to accept a difference in your pattern of rising, sleeping, eating, and dressing, and be always ready, like the selfless ones. You have been told that the children of Shambhala have no place to lay their heads, which really means no set place to abide. The children of Shambhala are those who are so free emotionally of family ties and obligations, so free mentally of the concrete pattern of daily living, so free etherically of resentment and rebellions against the changing of a pattern, and so free physically through the disciplines of the physical self, that the vehicles can joyously respond and be moved from place to place as the master may require a physical vehicle as a magnetizing center upon an instant's notice. Now, all through the centuries, we have dealt with unascended beings who, first of all, have karma untransmuted from the past. Second, have a great amount of logic and reasoning, and they have to think over and ponder the reason and efficacy of a move until the cosmic moment has passed and the great cosmic current, which we have endeavored to anchor through such a one, is gone into another galaxy. We have had to deal with earnest and sincere chelas whose emotional bodies, like sameness and beloved ones, as you pass on through the course of years, your physical vehicle becomes set into a pattern which is the result of the use of your energy. When that pattern is changed, the physical vehicle and the body elemental are not always responsive, although your heart's light is. Now we deal with a cosmic scheme. The archangels and the archei paint truly upon a cosmic canvas. We have, thank God, insight into the divine pattern and plan of the universal scheme. And we see, for instance, in the moving of a great solar body through the heavens, we see that there may be, for a 24 or 48-hour period, a tremendous radiation from this solar body, which does not belong to Helios and Vesta and this universe. We see that benediction and blessing can be magnetized and be made part of the redemptive process of Earth if we can reach unascended life streams, sincere chelas in time. Then, if they will put down their pencils and pens for a moment and seize upon that energy, drawing it into the atmosphere of Earth, it then becomes a permanent part of the planet itself.
Gosh, thank you so much, beloved Terry. There's a lot for us to think about there. And I found that really interesting. How receptive and how conscious we need to really try and be. This is just a lovely story of a little girl and a goose, a goose pet. Just lovely. I think you're going to enjoy this one. I know Mickey will.
Bring in the goose home. Bring in the goose home.
Gumbo did take to Abby right away. She goes to the playground. Hey, goes.
He's like, ugly. This is fun out here.
And she goes down the slide.
Hi.
She really likes people.
We usually go on walks together. She's just a happy, happy, happy girl. Little Missy.
She was the only one of us that was brave enough to go up to her.
This is Gumbo, my buddy. He's super shy.
She tells everybody that she has a goose, and nobody believes it.
And this is his grass water.
Gumbo was very gentle with her, and Abby was gentle with Gumbo.
And he's super soft, sweet, and really kind.
She just wants to be with Abby always. Gumbo found us. She came into our garage and she was trying to get into the house.
I was trying to pet her, and she didn't pet me. We see that she would follow us all around the block, and she did.
We walked her down to the pond to see if she wanted to be with the other geese, and she just followed us back home. And she didn't leave. She tries to get into the house whenever she can.
She uses her beak and slams it. Until we finally go to the door. Come on. Woohoo! You did it! She's really protective.
Especially from the dog.
Yep, that's crazy, isn't it?
Gumbo assimilated with the family really good. We would take Gumbo on a walk every single night, and Abby would be on her scooter.
Gumbo has a little house where she lays her eggs and 2 pools.
Abby loves to show her off and loves making everybody smile with her.
You love the rainbow, don't you?
Gumbo has positively affected our lives.
Bring in my goose home.
Well, a lovely story of Gumbo. It really made me smile. It's just beautiful. All these animals are so loving. So now we've got this time where we're going to say our decree for our beloved animal friends. So we say together, beloved, I am presence of all mankind. Charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort to the animal kingdom. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life, until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. Okay, so I'm going to read now from Beloved Lord Divino. Let me change the share quickly. And as we know, he holds the office of the Buddha. He took over from beloved Lord Gautama, also known as Lord Maitreya. I know most of us are much more familiar with that name. And he says, I am come at the response to the call of love. For where the heart sincerely desires to know the secret of the One, it is my privilege to enfold the aspiring flame in my presence. I am one with the love in every heart. And when part of my love desires to become united again with the whole, it is for me to seek out that part and welcome it again into the universal cosmic breast. It has been said that love is the cohesive power of the universe, or the law of attraction. It is the force that draws all to it and makes for unity and singleness of purpose. It is the easiest and most natural expression of life, because only separateness makes struggle and tension. In reality, love is but the responsive chord of one spark of life recognizing itself in all that is. You might liken the universe to a great circle filled with a single substance of flame, And then through the cosmic night, you might see the circle cut into many parts, and through pressure in the center of those parts, fly out into space. When the pressure of disintegration is removed, there is an automatic rushing back into oneness and unity of what the world has experienced as various forms of love. The more any one individual can become concentrated, I beg your pardon, in the power of love, the greater is his individual part in the unifying of this particular solar system. The cosmic note of creation has completed its work, and removing the pressure of separateness, the cosmic note of the new day is returned to the universal presence to reform the Great One. This note sounds first at inner levels and is perceived by the most sensitive parts of life before it becomes the keynote of the outer world. In this cosmic return, each part will bring back a very much greater expansion of light than it had when it was propelled into the individual being. And the cosmic circle, when completed, will be much brighter and much richer for this experience. This is the old Indian understanding of Shiva, the destroyer, and Brahm, the builder. Although the word destroyer is used inadvisably, your creation might be likened to the outbreath of the body when all living things are breathed into space, and the in-breath of the body when all are drawn home. It is my particular province and joy to represent the awakening of the cohesive power in the hearts of men that will draw them without exception back into the bosom of the eternal. The less man struggles, the more he relaxes into the great pull of love. The easier will be the return, for return he must. And there is not one electron in this system that will not be breathed back eventually into the heart of God. When you think of Lord Divino, think of me as the shepherd come to carry the sheep homeward from the world of separateness into the harmony of the Elysian fields. I come always when you require love. Even the vocal word itself, in the poorest and most shallow soul, brings a response from my personal presence. For love is my command, and it cannot be thought of without drawing me in answer. And one day, man shall know the reality of love. I hope you could hear it, because I suddenly got a message saying my internet was unstable. But anyway, I hope I didn't disappear there. All right, so we're going to listen to music now. It's actually a tribute to Michael Jackson, Heal the World, but it's sung beautifully by some children from all around the world. I thought it was lovely. I hope you enjoy it too.
If you care enough for is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. And if we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel fear or dread. We stop existing and start living. Then it feels in our woods, love, grudge growing. So make a better world, make a better world. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. And the dream we were conceived and will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will stand again in grace. Then why do we keep strangling life when this earth crucified the soul? That was plain to see this was heavenly. Save this world so precious, so blessed and so dear. Protect its beauty and splendor, don't let that disappear. Preserve our animals and plants and humankind as well, so that our future generations can have a story to tell. Protect us from evil and spread the word of good, of peace, love, justice, virtue, and brotherhood. Cause we only have one earth and we can't waste our motherland, so let's move as one force. I think it's time to take a stand. We could fly so high and let our spirits never die. In my heart, I feel you are all my brothers. Create a world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. Watch a nation turn their swords into plowshares. We could really get there if we cared enough for the living. Take a little space to make a better place. Do the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if we get enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place. Oh, you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying if we get enough for the living. Make a better place for you and for me.
Amazing. As children, they're absolutely brilliant. It's just so lovely. And now, beloved Antoinette, thank you so much. Take us through our decrees.
Thank you, Anthea. That was wonderful. Such joy and such talent. So let's just fill our hearts now with that wonderful feeling of joy as we have our opportunity to be of service to the light. We say together, Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world, right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source, so this may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Our decree for protection. Beloved mighty I Am Presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all-powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed, and what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just take a moment to visualize, to see and feel this pillar of light surrounding each and every one of us. This blue and crystal pillar of protective light surrounding us, our loved ones, our families and friends, this group, and all constructive people, places, conditions, and things across the face of the earth. We thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world, right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury in every court throughout the world. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I Am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I Am Presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence, charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Now, as we say our violet fire decree together, we visualize that flame of freedom, that mighty violet flame, which has the ability to shatter, dissolve, consume, and transmute all discordant energy across the face of the earth. We say together, mighty I Am Presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. And now, as we see our earth pure, perfect, and free, we fill ourselves with this feeling of victory as we say together, I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. we accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each hour until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And we end off now, as we always do, by just making that call to the secret love star, that mighty focus of cosmic divine love from the great central sun, shining in the heavens for this 2,000-year period. That mighty focus of cosmic divine love, that supreme light that cannot be requalified with human thoughts or feelings. And we see those pink and golden rays directed into every human heart, enfolding every man, woman, and child in that feeling of divine love. Make each and every one of us a living sun of divine love, expanding this feeling of unconditional love, of harmony and gratitude, of kindness and tolerance, of charity, of respect and courtesy, of loving service, of grace and goodwill, those feelings of unity, one holy family. We just see our earth now, every nation, all the people of the earth, the entire nature kingdom, all elemental life, bathed in this pink and golden light from the secret love star. We send our gratitude to those mighty beings of light that hold this focus, this mighty focus, this gift of cosmic divine love. I am the presence, filling my being and world, and that of all mankind, all life evolving on this sweet earth, with light and love from this secret love star. And we give deep, deep thanks for this. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Marvelous. Thanks so much, beloved aunt. And now, I'd just like to think. Linda, would you like to read the closing invocation?
I certainly would. Thank you for asking me. Beloved, I am present, and beloved Master Kuthumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God, I am. Pour the light of thy great glory upon the consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the masters. We thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's just finish off, just opening our hearts again, just love and gratitude for these marvelous teachings and for what we learned today and how we can become more of these beacons of light wherever we put our feet on our beloved earth. Just thank you. Thank our I am presence. Okay, so there we have it. Let me stop the share. Thanks, everybody. And